Okay guys, today we are working on polynomials. So some of the things we're going to cover in today's lesson are factoring trinomials, adding and subtracting polynomials, multiplying polynomials, determining the quotient of polynomials, rewriting polynomial expressions, and deciding if a binomial can be written as a difference of two squares. Okay, so on the first part of the fill in the blank notes, when adding and subtracting polynomials, I combine like terms. Be careful when subtracting and be sure to distribute the negative sign. To multiply binomials, I can either FOIL, first outside, inside, last, or multiply using a box. I can multiply any polynomials with a box. So we're going to simplify these expressions here. So first I have 5x squared minus 3x minus 10 plus 3/4 times 12x squared minus 8. So I have 5x squared minus 3x minus 10. Here I need to distribute my 3/4 to each term, which gives me positive 9x squared, and 3/4 times negative 8 is minus 6. If I combine like terms, 5x squared plus 9x squared is 14x squared. I can't combine anything with my negative 3x, and negative 10 minus 6 is negative 16. For number 2, I have x squared minus 5x plus 2. And then I need to distribute my negative 2 to each term. So minus 2x times x squared plus 2 minus 1x. So negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Let me fix that. And negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2x. Here I have x squared minus 2. X squared is negative x squared. Negative 5x plus 2x is negative 3x. And 2 minus 4 is negative 2. And that is my answer. Next one, I'm multiplying these two binomials. So I'm going to use my FOIL. So x times 2x is 2x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. 9 times 2x is 18x. And 9 times negative 1 is negative 9. I'm going to combine like terms. This is 2x squared. Negative x plus 18x is positive 17x minus 9. The next one, I'm going to use the box method to multiply these two. And I'm going to rewrite the two terms in my second polynomial right here out to the side. So 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. 2x times 4x is 8x squared. 2x times negative 1 is negative 2x. And x squared times 2 is 2x squared. 2 times 4x is 8x. And 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I have 2x cubed. 8x squared plus 2x squared is 10x squared. 8x minus 2x is positive 6x and minus 2. And that is your answer. Here we have 3x minus 3 squared. So when we have anything squared, we know we're just multiplying it by itself. Oops. Now I can FOIL 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x. Negative 3 times 3x is negative 9x. And negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. And combine like terms, 9x squared minus 18x plus 9 is your answer. Next one, I have x plus 2 squared, which is the same as x plus 2 times x plus 2. I want to distribute my negative here. Negative 4x, negative times negative 1 is positive. And then I'm going to distribute my negative 1/3, which is negative 2x squared plus 1. Now I need to FOIL these first two. So I have x times x is x squared, 2x, and then here I get 2x again. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 4x plus 1 minus 2x squared plus 1. Combine like terms, x squared minus 2x squared is negative x squared. 2x plus 2x is 4x minus 4x equals 0, so they cancel. And then 4 plus 1 is positive 6, and that is my answer. Here the perimeter, I have y plus 2. I'm adding up all my sides for perimeter, plus y plus 1, plus y plus 4, plus y plus 6. Y plus y plus y plus y is 4y. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 4 is 7, plus 6 is 13. And that's your answer. For area, I'm multiplying my base times height. So I'm going to multiply 4x plus 8 times 2x plus 3. So I'm going to do first 4x times 2x is 8x squared. Outside 4x times 3 is 12x. Inside 8 times 2x is 16x. And 8 times 3 is 24. I get 8x squared plus 28x plus 24. Next, I'm factoring polynomials. So I can factor any polynomial by first looking at and factoring out the greatest common factor. When my polynomial is in standard form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, I make an x and multiply the leading coefficient by the constant and place it at the top of the x. The linear coefficient goes at the bottom of my x. I then look for the factors of a and c that combine to give me b. I can either use the shortcut and do bottoms up, or I can make another 2 by 2 box and factor out the greatest common factor from each row and column. When using bottoms up, be sure to divide each factor by the leading coefficient. I can also easily factor a difference of squares. For example, x squared minus y squared has factors of x plus y times x minus y. When dividing polynomials, factor the numerator and denominator and then simplify. So I'm going to start by factoring these 3 examples. A times c is 4. My b is negative 5. I know negative 4 times negative 1 gives me positive 4. If I combine, I get negative 5. So my factors are x minus 4 times x minus 1. My next one, I see I do have a greatest common factor, so I'm going to take that out first. So I have 2 times x squared plus 6x plus 9. Now I'm going to multiply my a times c, which is 9. My b is 6. I know 3 and 3 give me 9 as a product and 6 if I combine them. And I know I can also rewrite this as just 2 times x plus 3 squared. For my last one, I know I do not have a greatest common factor, so I'm just going to factor those. So 3 times negative 8 is negative 24, and 2 is my b value, which is 6 and negative 4. Oops. X plus 6 times x minus 4. I have to divide by my leading coefficient since it is not 1. And I end up with x plus 2. And I slide my 3 out here since I cannot simplify anymore. So it'd be 3x minus 4 are my factors. For number 4, my c times a is negative 25. My b is 0 since I have no linear coefficient. And I know 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. So my factors here are difference of squares, x plus 5, x minus 5. For number 5, I have a times c is negative 10. And my b term is negative 9. And so I end up with negative 10 and positive 1 as my factors. I have x minus 10 times x plus 1. My leading coefficient is 2, so I do need to divide each constant term by 2. So here I have x minus 10 divided by 2 is minus 5. And here I slide my 2 out to the front. It gives me 2x plus 1. The last one I see I do have a greatest common factor of 4. So I'm going to factor out a 4 from each term. And now I'm going to finish factoring. I have 4 is my a times c and 0 is my b. 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. And here I have a difference of squares as well, but I also need to make sure I keep my greatest common factor in there. Okay, number 7 through 12, you guys go ahead and work those on your own. For the last 3 examples, I'm dividing polynomials, so I want to factor my numerator and my denominator, and then simplify. So I'm going to start by factoring this trinomial here. So I have 2 times negative 7 is negative 14, and my b is negative 13. I know negative 14 and 1 would give me those numbers. And I need to divide by my leading coefficient, which is 2. I get x minus 7, write this out to the front, and 2x plus 1. And all over my denominator, which is x minus 7. Here I see I have like terms, so I can go ahead and cancel those. I end up with 2x plus 1 as my answer. Same thing for number 14. I go ahead and factor these. I get 16 and 8. We know 4 and 4 give me 16 and 8. So I end up with x plus 4 times x plus 4 as my factors, divided by my denominator, which is x plus 4. I can go ahead and cancel. I'm left with just x plus 4. The last one I have the area of a rectangle is 5a squared plus 15a. The width is 5a. What is the length? So I am going to factor out my greatest common factor here. In this case, I have a 5 in common in each one of these, also an a. So I can factor out 5a. I'm left with a plus 3 all over my denominator, which is the width is 5a. I can cancel these. I'm left with a plus 3. Okay, and that's it.